Yes, Nawal, we are live now.
Ma'am, wait.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, Rehan, you can start now.
Yeah, so am I audible, right?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
So good afternoon, everyone.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. We are live.
so good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to our session. So on this session, we are going to discuss about the introduction to a computers and the basic hardwares. So today we are going to explore the foundation of the concept of the computer. So what is the computer and how it is so evolved? Okay, this kind of a concept we are going to explore on this session. For that thing, we need to know what is computer and how it was so evaluate. Like everything having a one starting, right? So how the computer was started. So let's see the history of the computer. The computer, it was invented by the basic mathematical things. It means the earlier calculation device. Okay, the first they are so invert they first they hello, I'm audible.
Uh, yes, Rehan, now you are audible. Before that, you are not audible.
Okay.
Now you are audible. Yes.
So let's start the a quick trip through the history. It means the
वेट रेहान
computer.
वेट रेहान सबको आवाज आ रही है रेहान की?
मैम आवाज क्लियर नहीं है।
अच्छा, ठीक है।
So the computer was began with the abacus. It means for the in the ancient, so they are try to do the calculations, the help of the abacus things. So, hello.
Yes, Rehan, now you can speak. No,
So,
I can't hear you. Yes, speak.
so if I'm audible,
Yeah, audible to me.
okay. So during this journey of the computing is began with the abacus. So it is this is a tool. It was used for the basic calculations. So this is a manual mechanism. Okay. After that, they invented the Pascaline in 1642. So it was in a like a mechanical calculator. So these are the main thing to upgrade or evaluate to invent the computers. Okay. After that, they created one analytical engine. After that, it was evaluated to the first generation. So from the first generation, the system was very high, and it was took so much of spaces to store the the computer. It was around, it was in a very big room. It needs to be allocated for the one computer. So it will do the small calculation task. After that, the invention was came. After that, the devices has been so small. It needs to be small. Okay. So after that, they invented the chips and all. So like likewise, the computer has been evaluate to the small system. So during the first generation, they are used the vacuum tube. It was in a larger and slow and expensive. It means that size was very large, and it was very expensive to generate the output of that first generation computer. Hereafter, they use that transistor instead of the vacuum tube. So it was that thing, that transistor, it was very efficient, like comparatively the vacuum tube. So the transistor is a very smaller thing, and it's kind of in a chip. So it perform a faster, better than the vacuum tube. So it was it is in a second generation like system. Hereafter, they evolved to another circuit IC. So they use the IC chips. So it was in a third generation. Now we are using the computer is in a fourth generation. They are using the microprocessor. It's name called like CPU. So everyone might be know that a CPU is name called as a central processing unit. So this central processing unit so used for the our current generation, the fourth generation. So like how the computer has been so evaluate. Nowadays the computer is size is very small. So we can see. So nowadays we can be able to carry the laptop with the anywhere. But in the previous time, while they are so inventing the computer, while they are using the vacuum tube or the transistor, that kind of thing, the computer size is very high, and we can't be able to carry to any other places. So these are the evaluation invented by the in by day by day. Okay. So for now, so after they are so invented the microprocessor, so hereafter it was more evaluate, and it was came as a handy devices. We are using a mobile phone, iPad and all. So these are the devices having the this microprocessor. So this microprocessor is a so high evaluating. Normally, so it will perform faster than the human mind. Okay, so it's a programmable one chip. So it is having so much of feasibility to so output the datas. After that, we can be able to so see so what is actually computer. Okay, so what are the components combined in one computer, and what is the main process of this computer. So computer is mean it is an so electronic device. Okay, so it can store and process and retrieve the data. It follow the instruction to perform wide range of tasks quickly and accurately. It means, for example, so we are doing one conversation to another person. Okay, so I am like talking to another person. So I am speaking. So that side person is listening. So what I am like speaking. Okay, hereafter that person brain is like a store. So what I said, and it is processing on his brain. After that, he might know, okay, this person is saying, this is the thing he is saying. Automatically, he is replying back. So replying back to me. Like these are the main concept for this thing. So I am giving one input to a computer. it needs to be like process. So it will so deliver the output thing. Okay. This is the system how the computer is working. So the main key function is input, processing, storage, and output. So if I am giving one task to do the help of the computer, it will so take the input from our end. After that, so it will like process that task, and it will store somewhere. After that, it will like give the output. This is the key function of this computer. So like how the computer is working. So normally, for example, so I am like entering through the keyboard. Okay. My name, I'm just entering my name through the help of the computer. So it will go to the processing mode, and it will so process. Like if I am giving one numeric numeric letters, okay, it needs to be translate to numeric to machine language. Because of the reason is we know only the numeric and the alphabetic things, okay, but the computer doesn't know the numeric and alphabetic thing. So the computer only know 1 0. So while we are so entering one input, so it needs to be like convert to 1 0. So the computer will convert to our input as a machine language, and he might be know, okay, the user is enter this kind of things. So it needs to be processed. Okay. After that, what computer will do? So it will so process, and it will be save on one storage. It mean the hard drive or somewhere on that computer it will store. And after that, the computer needs to be like give one output for our input. Okay. So for that thing, the computer will convert that process data to machine language to our human language. It means the computer will so give the data like a machine language. We can't be able to so understand what the computer is giving to us. So the computer needs to be like convert that data to machine language to human language, like for example. Okay, after that we can be able to like see what is the output the computer is giving. So this is the basic concept of the computer. So on this part, there is now one input, there is now one processing, so it needs to be stored. After that, the output will so coming to us. So nowadays we can be able to so divide the computer as a as per the like a requirement or as per the use. So computers are categorized based on their form factor and applications. Desktop for home and office use, laptop for portability, and mobile device for on the go computing. Each type serves like specific user needs and task. So as per the requirement, as per the task, we can be able to so categorize the computers. Okay. So so nowadays there is so seven like a type of computers in nowadays is available. One is a supercomputer, second is a mini computer, and third one is a microcomputer. After that, workstation, server, and embedded computers. So we can so look the supercomputer. So it is available in the NASA. So for the supercomputer, it will like use for the so huge data things. They need to so do some machine learnings. After that, they do some high value of data processing for that thing. So they use a supercomputer. After that, mini computers. Mini computer it's mean so it will so use for the like minimum quantity of data handling. So usually, for example, it will so use for the university. It means the higher amount of like user will be so handle user data needs to be handled on that particular place. So they are using one smaller, it means so the comparatively it will so lower perform with the supercomputer. So that kind of area they are using this mini computers. After that, we everyone knows the laptop and desktop. This is perform for a minimal like thing. It means so one user or two user can be able to so use that laptop and desktop. So as per their requirement, because the individual person who needs to be like give so that like a minimal data to process the computer. So as a performance wise, so we can be able to so use this desktop for the minimal convenient. Okay. After that, we can be able to go to the workstation. So the workstation, it needs to be used by the graphic designer. So the comparatively from the laptop and desktop and the workstation, some of the devices, it means the hardware devices will be like so as certainly it will so different, because in our laptop and desktop, so usually we can be able to use without the graphic card, so with the help of so integrated graphic card. But on the workstation they will use the high GPU installed graphic card. It's an external graphics card, so they can be able to use. So these are the like minor different will be there with the microcomputer and the workstation. So we are so like going to the server. Server, it means so it's not like a completely different thing. So as a similar thing, but the storage type and the processor, it will be so differ from these categories. After that, so every time we are using ATM machine and washing machine, so these kind of things, it's completely different with this kind of computers. But in this all categories, there is a one chip will so embedded on that particular computer. Its name's called CPU. So that is the brain of those computers. So as per the so our input, so these hardware devices will be differ one by one categories. After that, we are going to see the components of the computer. So how we can be able to build one computer. Okay. So if we need to like we are so daily basically we are using a computer. So we might be know so what are the components has been so installed in this computer. Some of the people doesn't know. So what are the components will installed on that computer. Okay. So now we are like going to so look what are the main components so available on the computer. Okay. For the computer, it means so the hardware and the software it needs to be combined. Okay. After that, we can be able to get one output from one computer. So usually the hardware it mean we can be able to so physically we can be able to like feel. It mean we can be able to touch and we can be able to feel. Okay. That kind of thing it's called as a hardware. The software it mean so it is invisible. We can be able to touch or feel that thing. So it's like it's a full virtual thing. Okay. We can be able to only see those things. After that we can be able to like so touch or feel that we can't be able to do that kind of things. Okay. So normally the hardware refers to the physical component of a computer system, such as the motherboard, CPU, and the peripherals. In the contrast, software consists of the instruction and programs that tell the hardware what to do. It means on the computer, we so physically install the components. It's called hardware. Okay. For the hardware, it needs to be like React for one software. So without the help of the software, the hardware will not function. Okay. So the software and the hardware, it will so combine together. So after that, we can be able to get one the good output or the result.
Okay, Rehan, sorry to interrupt you. Mr.
Yeah.
Haris wants to say something. He have to
Yes.
leave. Yes, Haris, you want to say anything? Haris Shehzad. Yes, Haris.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम जी। हारिस, आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं?
मैम मैं हार्डवेयर के बारे में थोड़ा सा कहना चाहता हूँ।
जी 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 जी, बताएं बताएं।
Hardware components are the physical part of computer like the central processing unit, CPU, mouse, storage and more software. Components are the set of instructions that we store and run on hardware. Together they form a computer.
Misar, so what he's saying?
Thank you so much, Haris. He is giving the introduction about hardware, Rehan. He just want to go somewhere. That's why he is giving some introduction about that. Thank you, Haris. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
Rehan, you can continue now.
Yeah. For example, the hardware mean, I'll show you. Okay. These are the hardware components. So these are the hardware components. Okay. So these are the hardware components never work without the software. It's just a physical device. Okay. The help of the software only it will work. So that is the reason we need the software and the hardware both together. It needs to be sync. After that, it will work together and it will so give the output. So that is the thing. So they are mentioning like instruction and the program that tell the hardware what to do. Okay, including operating system and the applications. So usually so the operating system it mean so it is on a one software. So it needs to be combine the all hardware and it needs to be like so run okay in one environment and the applications. So as per our requirement, the application has been so built as per once we so give the like input, so as per our input the application will be like process and it will so give the outputs. So usually so we will so check the components of the computer. We can be able to so divide this peripheral devices with the two type. So previously, we will so talk about the input devices and the output devices. Okay, so the input devices it's mean it's need we are like giving commands. Okay, the output devices it mean so if we also give one command, na, so that command it needs to be processed and it will be so like read delivered to us. That is the thing. It called like output devices. So we so look into the input devices. We can be able to like tell the keyboard and the microphones, mouse, webcam, scanner, and touch screen. So these are the input devices. Input devices, it's mean so human will give the command to the computer. It's the help of this device. Okay, so usually we are like using the keyboard and we are so typing something like we are so giving something to the system. Okay, the microphone so we are like speaking and microphone it's inserting the data to the computer. Mouse it's mean like we are like moving the finger from the like a trackpad through the laptop or else we are so using one external mouse. So the we our hand movement it's tracking our hand movement and it is like inputting the data to the system. So the same as the thing is a webcam also. The webcam is capturing our photo or a video, and it is like giving to that system to process. The scanner also is the same thing. So we are having one hard copy, we having one A4 sheet. It's having some letters or numbers. We are the help of the scanner. We are like inputting the data to the computer and the touch screen. So it will so come from the input devices and the output devices. Because of the reason is, while we are using the touch screen, it means so we are so touching the help of the touch screen mobile phone or the iPad. So our touch, it's inputting on that particular devices. Okay. Otherwise, we can be able to see the output the same time. Okay. So that is the reason the touch screen will be so available on the input devices category and the output devices category. So we will check the output devices. Output devices, it means so the system will so give some information, or else the system will give the output. Okay. So how we will get the output from the system? So that is the main concept for this output devices. So the system will give the information or the output details through the monitor, because we are so entering something in the keyboard. Okay. The system will so process and system will show, like we can be able to see the output. Okay. So these are the thing is the output devices monitor. We can be able to see so what are the thing the system it's showing. After that, the projector, while we are so giving one we are connecting our laptop to the projector, and we are so playing some videos on the laptop. So the projector will so project the video through the help of the input. Okay. So the projector will so project the projecting, it means so this the projector is outputting something, so we can be able to see. So that is the output device. After that, the printer, while we are so giving one document to print to the printer, so the printer is processing that one, and the printer is giving as a hard copy. While in our system there is no one soft copy, we are printing, so the printer is giving as a hard copy. So that is one output device. After that, the speaker, it means we are so playing some music in our mobile or in the laptop. The speaker will so output the data. So while we output the information, so while we are so giving the input, the output device is reacting. So how we are so hearing from the sound from this speaker. Okay. So these kind of things, it's called as a output devices. For the input devices, we are going to manually feed some datas to the computer. The output devices, the while we are so input the data now, so it needs to be process and give the information back to us. So for that thing, we are using the output devices. So these are the so main category from the input devices and the output devices. So using this diagram, we can be able to see, we already talk about the input devices and the output devices. Okay. So these are the main thing. So this is the main thing. This name is called as a CU, control unit. Okay. See, this is one is a CPU, control processing unit. This called as a control processing unit. Okay. This one is a control processing unit. This is a CU, control unit. So while we are giving one input to this CPU, it needs to be processed. and it will so give the output to us. Okay, so these are the function. It will so like happen on this control processing unit. It means the CPU. On the CPU, there is two things is available. One is control unit, one is arithmetic or logic unit. So if you are giving 1 plus 2, okay, you are entering some datas. It needs to be go to the central processing unit. Okay, the central processing unit, it means CPU. The CPU wanted to know so what it needs to be done. 1 plus 2, it mean what? So what it needs to be done? So what it needs to be like give as a output. This control unit will decide, okay, this user, it's giving two inputs. It needs to be like we need to like equal the sum. Okay, this arithmetic logical unit, it's used for the mathematical calculations, adding like subscription, division, multiplication, this kind of things. It needs to be like performed. Okay, so the control unit, the help of the arithmetic logical unit, they might be know, okay, this input, it needs to be like a process. It means we need to so tally this sum. Okay, so it will so like equalize this sum. 1 plus 2, it's equal to 3. It needs to be stored over here 3. So the help of this output devices, it needs to become as a 3. Okay, while we are so entering 1 plus 2, the help of the input devices, it means the keyboard, so numeric keyboard. Okay, keyboard and all. So while we are using the keyboard, we are so pressing 1 plus 2. The central processing unit will be so process that entry. So while we are so give the entry, it needs to be processed. After that, it needs to be stored on the memory unit. Memory unit, it mean so the system, it needs to be like require one space to store the datas. Usually we can be able to so divided this memory unit for the two part. One is volatile memory, second one is non-volatile memory. The volatile memory, it will so while the power is on, the data will store. Okay. The once the power was lost, the data will delete. The non-volatile memory is mean on the power while the power is on or while the power is off, the data will be stored on that particular storage. Okay, usually so we are using pen drive, right? So we are so copying some movies on the pen drive. After we are like ejecting the pen drive, the movie, it needs to be stored on that particular flash drive. So it is called non-volatile memory. But on this computer, we can be able to like get one component as called a RAM, random access memory. So that is also a part of a storage device. So while the power is on, the data will store on that particular device. Okay. So once the power was lost, the data automatically delete from that particular storage device. So the how they the memory units is working. So memory units, it's used for storing the datas. On this memory unit, so after another slide, we can be able to deeply discuss with the non-volatile and the volatile devices. So from this memory unit, so the our input data, it will go to the CPU. After that, it needs to be stored on that memory unit. The process data will be stored on the memory unit. After that, so it will be come as a output devices. Output, the help of the output devices, it will be so give the output result. So while I am giving 1 plus 2, it will so come as a 3. Okay, this is the output thing. So it needs to be like come the help of the monitors. So we can be able to see the monitor will be show the equal sum was 3. Okay. So like this, uh, this function is working. After that, we can be able to see the central processing unit. So previously we talk about now this one, the control unit plus arithmetic logical unit. So both together, we can be able to tell the central processing unit, the name called as a CPU. The central processing unit is the brain of the computer and responsible for the executing instructions and processing the data. It performs calculation and manages tasks to ensure efficient operation of software application. So, for example, in our in our body part, so there is a one main thing is there. It's called like brain. Okay, in our human body. So the brain it's performing the all the task. The same concept will be like applicable for the computer as well. The CPU, it means the central processing unit. This is the thing that performs the whole execution and instruction tasks. Okay. So on this central processing unit, we already discussed the ALU and the CU will be there. It will so embedded on that particular thing. So the CU is available on the motherboard. We are so look the motherboard. This is the motherboard of one one system. Okay, the CU it means the CPU. It's available on this particular area. Okay, this is the exact area of the CPU will so located. So it is the brain of the computer. So this is the CPU is the thing. It needs to be like give the instruction to so how perform the hardware and software. It's both together. After that, so we are looking the random access memory. This random access memory is a crucial component that temporarily store the data. I previously told for the storage devices, we can be able to like divide it by a two. One is a volatile memory, another thing is a non-volatile memory. There's a random access memory. It will like comes under the volatile memory. So it will temporarily store the data for a quick access by the CPU. More RAM typically leads to a better system performance, especially for multitasking and running resources intensive applications. So while we are purchasing one laptop, so everyone will so ask, so what is the processor and what is the RAM size and what is the hard drive size? We are while purchasing one mobile, we are like asking, so what is the RAM capacity and what is the storage type, storage size? So why we are like asking the RAM capacity? So the once the RAM capacity is a high, the system or the mobile phone, it will like perform faster. Okay. So if we are having one or 2 GB RAM mobile and if we are having 116 GB uh, RAM mobile, okay. So in this both mobile, so which mobile is like perform faster, 2 GB or 16 GB? Absolutely, it's in a 16 GB because of the reason is the RAM capacity is very high and this the RAM is a like it's a like it's performing a crucial uh, part on that particular system CPU. Okay, the RAM concept is this in a volatile memory. It is store the data while power on, or the power is off, the data will lose. Once the while we are turning on the system, our operating system will be stored on the hard drive. Okay, it needs to be transferred to the RAM. So the RAM is the one who operating the operating system. It means the operating system will be depend on the RAM, and RAM is the thing he's running the operating system while turn on the system. Okay, if we are so while we are shutdowning the system, or if we are so turn it off the system, the operating system from the RAM, no, so it will automatically it will erase, it will like stored on hard drive only. While we are so turning on the system, the operating system will be load to the RAM. And during this during we are so running the computer, we are using a multiple application. The application also data also hold on the RAM only. Okay, so the RAM is the performing the crucial task while we are running the computer. After that, we can talk about the hard drive. It means so the storage. So on this hard drive, we have a multiple hard drives available, the name called HDD hard drive, and SATA type hard drive, and SSD, M.2, NVMe. So this kind of hard drives is available right now in this market. Okay, so every evaluation, so they are shorting the size of those devices. Okay, first they are used floppy disk. After that, they are invented the CD. After that, the DVD. After that, they so figured out the hard drive. After that, it was like SSD, M.2, like that the growth of this hard drives and all. So this hard drive, so it's used for a long-term data storage. Okay, so we are storing our data, photos and video, and a document and all this hard drive. Okay, so it will long term data storage, it will store the data for the long term. So nowadays we know the SSD is available in the market. This SSD, it's faster and more reliable than the traditional HDD. So have a look this SSD, sorry, HDD hard disk. So this is the hard drive. Okay, this is the HDD hard disk. On this hard disk, they used one a CD, like a silver plate. Okay, to store the datas. This stored data, it needs to be read by this needles. This needles, it's move and read the data, and it will so give the so exact data so that we stored on this particular disk. Okay, nowadays we are using the SSD. So the SSD, it means so it's full and fully like a chip based thing. Okay, so that's why it's very faster from this HDD hard disk. So this is HDD is a traditional and very slower hard drive, because this needle it needs to be so move, and it needs to be figure it out the data. So where did we store on this particular disk? But the STD is as a full and fully well like a chipset model. So it needs to be like react with a minimal time. After that, we already so discussed the volatile and the non-volatile disk. The volatile, it mean it is temporarily, it mean once the power on, it will so keep the datas. Okay, the non-volatile, it means so it will so keep the data for the long time if the power is on or off, whatever it is. So these are the examples for this a volatile device. One is the RAM, second is cache memory, third is sorry, third is like register, okay, registers. And ROM also, the ROM, it will so come to the non-volatile memory. So non-volatile memory, it mean the data will never lose while the power is on or the power is off. So for example, ROM. ROM, it mean read only memory. It will like store
يا
some
أخي
of
برهان يعني إنه أنا أنجليزي بس مشكلة
so
أنجليزي
from the ROM will so like store some set of instructions. It needs to be like never delete from that particular chip while the power is on or the while the power is off. The same as BIOS. The BIOS, it means a basic input output like a system. So while you are so turning on your system, first the BIOS is the one who will so perform. He needs to be like align the all the hardware peripherals to like coordinate, and he will so like help to like start up the computer is easily. So that is the like usage of this BIOS. And the internal PC storages. It mean we are already discussed the hard disk and hard drive and all. After that, the SD card. We are using the memory chips and all. That is in a non-volatile devices. While we are storing the songs and music and all, so it will so like store for the long term. This is for the as usual our CD and DVD drive as well. So we are like storing the more and more datas on that particular CD. So it will so never delete. Okay. So do you have any questions on this particular area? Hello? Okay, then. So we will so like look one motherboard. So this is the exact photo of the motherboard, okay, of one particular system. So we already like talk about the CPU. So it is like installed on this place, okay. After that, this is the slot for RAM. This is the blue one is the RAM, and this is the power connector for the power supply unit. After that, they will call this for the video card PCI slot, and this is for the SATA connector. This one, okay. We will so see so one by one. So on this area, we will install the CMOS batteries. Okay, so before we like talk about the hard drive, right? On this hard drive, I said that there is some categories of pins is there. So this pins is kind of an IDE hard drives. So this is the serial pin and this is the power pin for that one. So this area it needs to be change the hard drive like priority. So using the help of our jumpers, okay, we will like select the hard drive. So the first priority or second priority is like that. So we need to use the jumper and we can be able to change the priority of this hard drive and all. After that, this is the uh, okay, 1 second. So this is the SATA type hard drive. This pin is completely different between the ID hard disk and the SATA hard disk. So nowadays, this type of pin that we are using for the laptop and the CPU and all. So this is the IDE pin. I already show, right? So for that hard disk, they use this kind of strips to connect the hard drive to the motherboard. And this is the a CMOS battery. We installing on that motherboard to store the hardware details while we are installing a new hardware or new devices, the all the data it needs to be stored. Okay, for that for we are storing those datas and we are keeping the date and time to up to date. Okay, for those things we are using this CMOS battery, so it will help to maintain the exact time of the computer or a CPU. So if we shut down the system, okay, if we are shut down the system, we will so think the power is we are so disconnect the power from this we are so disconnect the power from the system. So there is no power will go, the time will also change like that we so think. But this CMOS battery, it will giving the small pulse to that particular system, and the CMOS battery will be up to date the date and time and the hardware instruction as well. The BIOS instruction, it needs to be maintained through this CMOS battery's power. This is the VGA cable to connect the monitor and connect with the CPU. Okay. The help of this VGA cable, we can be able to connect the our system and the monitor. After that, this is name called power supply unit. So it will so have some uh, three type of pins. So this pin it needs to be connect with the motherboard, and this pin it needs to be connect with the and this pin it needs to be connect with the ID hard disk, and this pin it needs to be connect with the SATA hard disk. While we are using the SATA hard disk, we can be able to ignore those pins. While we are using this ID hard disk, we can be able to so ignore these two SATA pins. After that, this is the a CD-ROM. So it is a one component. So this is also available as a SATA and IDE type. So this is the SATA cable. So we are installing over here. So one point it needs to be connect over here, and another point it needs to be connect with the our SATA hard disk. So these are the RAM. Okay, we already discussed the RAM. So the based on the evaluation, so For first, they invented the DDR1. This after that they invented the DDR2. After they invented the DDR3. Nowadays they are using DDR4 and DDR5. Okay. So based on this, like a whole like allocation, we can be able to like differentiate the RAM. So this is called as a NIC, Network Interface Card. So while we are connecting our the system to the internet, so we can be able to use this card through the help of Ethernet cable. So once through from the switch or through from the router, so directly we can be able to connect the Ethernet cable to this port. So it is enable the internet connectivity to the system. It needs to be like that device needs to be like installed on this particular area. After that, this is a cooling fin. It means the processor will be like heat, okay, apart from one time. So we need to like cool down the CPU. So we are using this cooling fin with the help of a thermal paste. So while we are like installing the CPU, it mean yes, while we are like installing the CPU, we need to like put one thermal paste over here. After that, we will fix this cooling fan. So like upward to this processor. So the cooling fan, the help of this cooling fan, it will like reduce the air and it will like cool this particular processor. So if that thermal paste has been dried or if we are didn't install the thermal paste, so in this particular area, your system will be like overheated and your system will be like a restart. So over and over and again, okay. So we need to maintain the like temperature of the system as well. So like this. So we need to apply the thermal paste on this particular surface. After that, we need to like install the cooling fan to like maintain the proper temperature. So these are the main components has been like installed on particular one system. Okay, so that one particular system having one chassis, it means the body part. So inside the body part, these are the all the components has been available. Okay, so this all the components has been installed on this motherboard. So this motherboard will be interconnected with the all the things, the power cable and the audio jack. So if we are like pressing the power button, so inside the system, right, the power cable has been connected over here on this particular area. So through the small tiny cable. Okay. So these are the main components of one computer. Do you have any like question on this particular area?
किसी को इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन, इसको इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन करना है? कोई क्वेश्चन है आप लोगों के पास, किसी के पास?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rehan, you can continue. Yes,
So,
Ahmed. Ahmed want to ask something. Yes, Ahmed.
yeah.
मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि आपने आज ही इतना ज्यादा बता दिया। तो ये थोड़ा नहीं हो सकता काम, काफी ज्यादा हो गया काम ये आज का।
ओके ओके, हम कट शॉर्ट कर देते हैं इसको.
जी
Rehan, he is saying that for first class it's too much lengthy, so you can cut short that and you can
Okay.
continue in next class then.
Okay, sure then. Yeah.
Okay, okay, you can
Then
finish
so
that
we will.
slide and then next time we will continue from here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sure.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So we will bind this session.
Okay, thank you everybody. Nawal, thank you everybody. We can see you in next session. For now, it's ended. Yeah.